my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others.
As the royal family's quiet world of tradition and duty often plays out under the gaze of the public eye, Prince William's recent actions have sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace. His decision to reportedly remove Queen Camilla from the Diana Award charity event, a tribute to his late mother, Princess Diana, has not only sparked an intense debate, but has left many wondering if this bold move was an act of defiance or a powerful message about legacy and the monarchy's evolving future. Behind the usual glittering smiles and royal protocols, a growing rift between the royal family members can no longer be overlooked. This bold shift came in the wake of the highly publicized BBC interview scandal that reopened old wounds within the royal family. It was June 2021 when the BBC, after a comprehensive investigation led by Lord Dyson, officially acknowledged the manipulative tactics used to secure Princess Diana's infamous 1995 Panorama interview. The findings were damning. The interview, one of the most sensational moments in royal history, had been obtained through deceit, involving fake documents and underhanded manipulation. It was a revelation that rocked the royal family to its core, especially for Prince William, whose personal history and grief had always been closely tied to the memory of his mother. The news was devastating, not just as a journalistic scandal, but as a deeply personal betrayal to a family already struggling with its legacy. Prince William, visibly affected, appeared in front of cameras outside Kensington Palace, his expression pained. His words were deliberate, carrying the weight of years of sadness, frustration, and a deeply embedded desire to protect his mother's memory. It was right that the BBC accepted Lord Dyson's findings, William said, his voice measured yet heavy with emotion. But the way this interview was obtained, it was deceitful. They lied and used fake documents to secure my mother's trust, and the damage caused was immeasurable. For William, this was not just a public statement about a journalistic failure, it was a plea to the world to stop undermining his mother's dignity. The media's treatment of Princess Diana, especially in the final years of her life, had been brutal, and the manipulation that led to the Panorama interview had only made things worse. His response was not only about the harm caused to his mother, but also about protecting her legacy, which he felt had been repeatedly tarnished. The public reaction was overwhelming. News outlets picked up William's words, sparking a renewed conversation about Diana, her life, her kindness, and her tragic death. William had made it clear he would not let his mother's memory be further exploited. The interview that had once been hailed as a groundbreaking journalistic moment was now seen as an unforgivable breach of trust. His comments weren't just an emotional release, they marked the beginning of his long-awaited commitment to honor Diana's legacy in his own terms without compromise. As the year progressed into 2024, William began to take more proactive steps to ensure his mother's memory was preserved in the way she truly deserved. His involvement with the Diana Award, a charity created in honor of Princess Diana's humanitarian work, became increasingly personal. The award, which recognizes young people around the world who embody Diana's values of compassion and service, had always been a cause dear to William's heart. But now it took on a more profound significance. For William, the Diana Award wasn't just a ceremonial event, it was a way to keep his mother's memory alive in a manner that truly honored her spirit and legacy. The Diana Award ceremony, which had always been a formal royal event, was approaching, and as the date drew nearer, William's involvement in the planning became more intense. Unlike previous years this time, William was determined to ensure the event stayed true to Diana's vision, one that celebrated the kindness and dedication of young people around the world, rather than becoming another spectacle for royal display. Behind the scenes, however, a significant decision began to take shape. Queen Camilla, who had been invited to attend many high-profile royal events in recent years, was being left off the guest list. This decision, which initially seemed like a subtle adjustment, soon became clear to those inside the palace. William had quietly removed Camilla from the event. While royal events are often guided by centuries-old traditions and formal protocols, this change marked a profound break from that norm. The question that loomed large was whether this was a personal move by William, who had always carried the weight of his mother's legacy, or whether it was part of a larger shift within the royal family, signaling the future of the monarchy as it adapts to the expectations of a new generation. The history between Camilla and Princess Diana is, of course, fraught with tension. The affair between Charles and Camilla during his marriage to Diana is one of the most scandalous chapters in royal history, one that continues to haunt their legacies. For William and his brother Harry, the emotional impact of their mother's suffering at the hands of the media and her broken marriage with Charles has always been a source of deep pain. Diana's tragic death only intensified the feelings of betrayal, and despite Camilla's subsequent marriage to Charles and her role within the royal family, the shadow of the past looms large. As William's actions began to speak louder than words, insiders speculated that his decision to remove Camilla from the Diana Award ceremony was not just a statement about Camilla's role within the royal family. It was a message to the world, to the palace, and to the public. His mother's legacy would be preserved, and no one, regardless of their royal standing, would overshadow it. For William, this was a necessary stand, one that reaffirmed his commitment to Diana's memory and ensured that the Diana Award would remain focused on honoring the values his mother cherished. The decision to exclude Camilla from the event is symbolic of a broader shift within the monarchy. The younger generation of royals, led by William, is carving out its own path. While tradition remains an important aspect of the monarchy, it is clear that the royal family is adapting to modern times. The rift between William and Camilla is not just a personal one. It represents the ongoing struggle to reconcile the monarchy's past with its future. William's actions suggest a growing divide between the old guard, who cling to royal traditions, and the newer generation, which seeks to redefine what the monarchy should represent in a rapidly changing world. As the Diana Award ceremony approaches, all eyes will be on Buckingham Palace, waiting to see what will unfold. Will the tensions within the royal family continue to simmer beneath the surface, or will they boil over, creating a permanent divide in the institution? The future of the British monarchy is in flux, and Prince William, with his quiet yet powerful actions, has signaled that change is coming. What this change will look like and how it will shape the monarchy in the years to come remains to be seen. In the meantime, the royal family must reckon with the legacy of Princess Diana and the complex role that Camilla now plays in the royal family. Can the monarchy continue to thrive as it balances tradition with the shifting dynamics of a new generation? Only time will tell, but for now, Prince William has made one thing clear. He will not let his mother's memory be overshadowed, no matter the cost. The ripple effects of this decision will be felt for years to come as the monarchy grapples with its past and its future. The Diana Award has become one of the most respected and anticipated events in the royal calendar, honoring young people for their exceptional contributions to society, whether standing up against bullying, supporting mental health, protecting the environment, or helping their peers in need. Over time, it has grown into a major platform that draws attention from world leaders, charities, and the public. But for Prince William, the award represents something far more personal and profound. It is a way for him to honor the memory of his mother, Princess Diana, in a manner that is meaningful and reflective of her enduring legacy. Unlike a typical royal engagement, William approaches the Diana Awards with deep emotional investment. His involvement goes beyond merely attending a ceremony or fulfilling a duty on his schedule. Instead, he immerses himself in the process, dedicating hours to learning about the stories of the young recipients. William takes the time to read through each nominee's background, understanding their journey, their struggles, and the courage that has propelled them to make a difference. In many ways, he channels the same empathy and genuine care that his mother, Diana, was known for when she connected with individuals in need. Those who work alongside him describe his passion for the event and his commitment to ensuring that it accurately reflects the values Diana held dear. As the 2024 awards approached, the halls of Kensington Palace buzzed with a focused energy. William and his staff meticulously reviewed each nominee's story, preparing for what would be a highly emotional ceremony. However, 2024's Diana Awards held a deeper significance than ever before. In the months leading up to the event, new revelations came to light regarding the BBC's infamous interview with Diana in the 1990s. The details surrounding how the network had deceived Diana during that interview resurfaced, reopening old wounds and reigniting public outcry. For William, this brought forth a renewed sense of protection over his mother's memory. The scandal made him even more determined to preserve Diana's dignity and legacy, ensuring that no one would tarnish her image, especially in the setting of an event so tied to her memory. With this heightened sensitivity to Diana's legacy, William took a particularly careful approach in planning the 2024 ceremony. One of the most significant changes came in the form of guest list considerations. Traditionally, the royal family extended invitations to its full roster of members, including Camilla, who, as the Duchess of Cornwall, had quietly attended previous ceremonies. Camilla's presence had always been discreet, especially given her complicated history with Diana. But in 2024, things were different. For the first time, there was noticeable hesitation around inviting Camilla to the event. This wasn't just a matter of royal protocol or logistics, it was a conscious decision on William's part to avoid any distraction that could overshadow the purpose of the evening. The shadow of the BBC scandal loomed large, and William was adamant that the focus remained solely on his mother's memory and the incredible young people being honored. Behind the scenes, palace staff quietly adjusted the guest list, seating arrangements, and event protocols to reflect William's wishes. By November 2024, rumors began to circulate that Camilla might not attend the event. Officially, the palace remained silent, but it was clear that William had made a bold, emotional decision to exclude her. This was not a decision made lightly, and it was driven by William's desire to protect the sanctity of the award ceremony and the image of his late mother. For him, it wasn't about causing conflict, but ensuring that the focus remained where it belonged, on Diana and the values she stood for. The decision was a powerful, emotional statement, signaling a new phase in William's approach to leadership. While royal tradition had long dictated certain expectations, William was increasingly focused on the emotional truth of a situation, even if it meant stepping away from convention. In this instance, the absence of Camilla at the Diana Awards spoke volumes about William's priorities and his desire to protect the purity of the event. It was a move that had never been made before, but one that William felt was necessary for the preservation of Diana's legacy. The drama surrounding Camilla's potential exclusion from the event brings us back to the deeply rooted tensions between her and Princess Diana. The history between Camilla and Diana is not merely a tale of two women, it is one that shook the royal family to its core and left emotional scars that continue to influence the lives of those involved, particularly Prince William. For years, Diana and Camilla's lives were intertwined through love, betrayal, and heartbreak, events that not only altered the trajectory of the royal family, but also left a lasting emotional imprint on William and his brother, Prince Harry. Before Diana entered Prince Charles's life, there was Camilla. Charles met Camilla in the early 1970s, and the connection between them was undeniable. Their bond was more than just friendship, it was romantic. But with Charles's departure to serve in the Navy, their relationship was put on hold. During this time, Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973, and while they led separate lives, the emotional connection between her and Charles never truly faded. It simmered beneath the surface, hidden from public view. When Charles married Diana in 1981, the world was captivated by what seemed like the perfect royal love story. Diana, the young, beautiful princess, and Charles, the future king, were expected to live a life full of duty, devotion, and mutual love. However, behind the palace walls, the reality was far from the fairy tale that the public envisioned. Diana soon learned that Charles's heart had never fully belonged to her. It was, in part, still tied to Camilla. The revelation of this affair, which had been brewing for years, shattered Diana's ideal of a happy marriage and deeply wounded her emotionally. In the late 1980s, the cracks in Diana and Charles's marriage became increasingly evident. Despite the royal family's attempts to maintain a facade of happiness, Diana struggled with the knowledge that Camilla was still a part of Charles's life. The pain became unbearable, and in 1989, Diana made the courageous decision to confront Camilla directly. At a birthday party for Camilla's sister, Diana took the opportunity to speak her truth. She told Camilla, "Please don't treat me like an idiot, I know what's going on." Camilla's response was cold, offering a dismissive remark about Diana's two sons, but it was a defining moment for Diana. For the first time, she asserted herself, confronting the painful reality of her marriage. The fallout from this confrontation would continue to reverberate throughout the 1990s. In 1992, Charles and Diana officially separated, and the emotional damage became impossible to ignore. The royal family attempted to manage the situation in a controlled manner, but the emotional toll on Diana was evident. By 1995, Diana decided to speak out, granting her infamous interview with the BBC's Martin Bashir. In this interview, Diana shared the painful truths of her marriage, revealing the struggles that had been hidden for years. Now, as William plans the 2024 Diana Awards, the weight of this history is never far from his mind. The decision to exclude Camilla from the event is more than just a matter of royal protocol. It is a deeply personal choice that speaks to William's ongoing struggle to protect his mother's legacy. Despite the passage of time, the wounds caused by the events of the 1980s and 1990s are still fresh for William. He has spent much of his life trying to honor his mother's memory, and in doing so, he is making a powerful statement about what truly matters: emotional truth, personal dignity, and the legacy of a woman who changed the world. As the 25th Diana Award ceremony draws closer, all eyes will be on how the royal family navigates this new chapter. Will Camilla's absence be the final decision, or will there be a last-minute reconciliation? And what does this moment mean for the future of the monarchy as it continues to adapt to a changing world? The decision to exclude Camilla from the 2024 Diana Award ceremony was a moment that reverberated across the royal family, sparking intense debate both within the family and the wider public. For some, this was seen as an act of profound loyalty to Princess Diana, a son's emotional tribute to the woman who had shaped his life. For others, particularly those loyal to Camilla and to the more traditional elements of the royal family, it was viewed as a subtle yet powerful rejection, one that could not easily be ignored. The implications of William's decision were far-reaching, stirring up a wider conversation about the monarchy's future and how much space it could accommodate for both tradition and personal healing. As the 25th annual Diana Award ceremony unfolded, it quickly became clear that this was not going to be just another royal event. Behind the smiles and accolades for the young recipients, many of whom embodied Diana's values of compassion, kindness, and humanitarianism, there was a silent protest taking place. William's decision to exclude Camilla was one that could not be easily dismissed. As the royal family gathered for the event, all eyes were not only on who was present, but also on who was notably absent. William's careful orchestration of the event spoke volumes about his priorities and intentions. Every detail, from the choice of photographs to the ceremony's tone, reflected his desire to honor his mother's spirit and legacy. Pictures of Diana, in moments of charity and compassion, adorned the walls, showcasing the side of her that many had admired, a selfless figure dedicated to improving the world around her. The young awardees, who had been inspired by Diana's work, represented a future William was determined to protect from the lingering shadows of the past. This year's ceremony felt different from all others. It was, in essence, a reaffirmation of Diana's lasting impact. William's influence was palpable in every aspect of the event. He ensured that the Diana Award continued to stand as a beacon of his mother's values, free from distractions and controversial figures. This wasn't about royal titles or public appearances. It was about honoring the memory of a woman who had transformed not only the royal family, but the world itself with her charity work, her grace, and her undying compassion. Yet, despite all the focus on Diana's legacy, Camilla's absence spoke louder than any words ever could. Her exclusion from the ceremony was not simply a matter of royal protocol. It was a deliberate and emotional choice by William. The media could not help but focus on her omission, and whispers of speculation began to circulate almost immediately. What did her absence truly mean? Was it a calculated act of defiance against the monarchy's evolving structure, or was it William's personal way of safeguarding his mother's legacy from being overshadowed by the very woman who had been at the heart of the most painful chapter of Diana's life? In a palace known for its precision in handling public relations and managing perceptions, Buckingham Palace chose to remain silent on the matter. Royal officials quickly downplayed their absence, directing attention instead to the positive message of the Diana Awards and the young changemakers who had been honored. However, within royal circles, the reactions were mixed. Some understood William's need to make a personal stand, seeing it as a necessary act to protect the sanctity of Diana's memory. Others, particularly those close to Camilla, saw it as a breach of the royal family's united front, something that could undermine the family's image of solidarity. Despite Buckingham Palace's best efforts to downplay the issue, the absence of Camilla at such a significant event was not something that could be easily swept under the rug. It was a moment that would have lasting repercussions on the family's dynamics, regardless of how much the institution tried to deflect attention away from it. The decision had wider implications, suggesting a deepening divide within the royal family. William's gesture wasn't just about his relationship with Camilla, it was about the broader trajectory of the monarchy itself. Was the monarchy still as united as it once was, or was it beginning to fracture in ways that couldn't be ignored? As the future king of the United Kingdom, William was signaling that the royal family would need to confront its past and the legacies of figures like Diana, while also navigating a future that was very much in flux. As the dust settled from the ceremony, many began to speculate about the long-term consequences of William's actions. Had he, in trying to protect his mother's memory, set the stage for an even greater rift within the royal family? Would this serve as a turning point, where the next generation of royals could no longer simply follow tradition, but would have to confront their own emotional truths in a way that was at odds with the monarchy's formal image? In the days and weeks that followed, royal commentators and members of the public continued to debate the significance of Camilla's absence. While some praised William's emotional honesty and his clear commitment to his mother's legacy, others viewed the exclusion as a step too far, an action that threatened to unravel the delicate fabric of unity within the royal family. The monarchy's carefully constructed image of solidarity was suddenly called into question, and the way forward seemed less certain than ever before. What do you think of Prince William's decision to exclude Camilla from the 2024 Diana Award ceremony? Was it a necessary act of loyalty to Diana, or did it risk deepening the divisions within the royal family? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the royal family's evolving dynamics. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this unfolding story. The tension within the royal family following Prince William's decision to exclude Camilla from the 2024 Diana Award ceremony was palpable, and the reverberations were felt throughout the institution. It wasn't merely a personal conflict between William and Camilla, rather it reflected a broader power struggle within the monarchy. As King Charles watched from the sidelines, it became increasingly evident that his position within the royal family was precarious. The absence of his wife Camilla at such a significant event, one that paid tribute to the memory of Diana, shone a harsh light on the unresolved wounds that still festered within the family. While Charles remained publicly silent on the matter, sources close to the king acknowledged the discomfort this decision had caused him. The monarchy, once seen as a model of unity and stability, now appeared fractured in ways that were hard to ignore. Some insiders have suggested that this moment could mark a critical shift in the royal hierarchy. William, now a father and a rising star within the royal family, seems to be carving out his own space, one that is separate from the complications of the past. His actions at the Diana Award ceremony were not a mere gesture, but a firm declaration. In making the choice to exclude Camilla, William signaled to the world, and more importantly, to his family, that he would not let his mother's memory be tainted by unresolved conflicts. This wasn't just about a ceremonial exclusion, it was a stark statement about the future direction of the monarchy. As the public closely followed this royal drama unfold, questions began to surface about what the monarchy's future held. Could it continue to evolve and modernize while still holding fast to the traditions that had defined it for centuries? Or was the royal family teetering on the edge of a more profound transformation, one in which personal emotions and modern ideals began to reshape an institution once built solely on duty and legacy? The absence of Camilla at the Diana Award ceremony was much more than a personal matter between her and William. It mirrored the broader tensions between the old guard and the new generation of royals. The monarchy, for decades, had struggled to adapt to the changing expectations of the public, but this particular moment felt different. It felt like a turning point. William, once seen simply as the dutiful son who would follow in his mother's footsteps, had now stepped into a leadership role that was weighted with its own complexities and responsibilities. His decision to exclude Camilla from the ceremony marked a definitive line in the sand. It was a clear message, not just to his family, but to the world, that he was not afraid to challenge royal traditions when it was necessary to protect his family's legacy. As the media buzzed with speculation and analysis about the event, the significance of William's actions became clearer. His decision to leave Camilla out of the ceremony was a statement that the royal family could not simply move forward as though their most painful chapters could be ignored. This moment highlighted a broader question facing the monarchy. Could the royal family reconcile its past with the demands of the present? William's actions and the subsequent fallout served as a powerful reminder that there were still unresolved issues within the family that could not be swept under the rug. His commitment to preserving Diana's legacy, and by extension, his own sense of duty, was a public declaration that the royal family could not continue to ignore its most painful moments. The aftermath of the ceremony left the royal family to reflect on the impact of what had transpired. The cracks that had long been hidden beneath the surface were now increasingly visible, and how they would address these fissures remained uncertain. For now, William's bold decision had created an indelible mark on the monarchy, one that would likely affect how the public views the royal family and Diana's legacy for years to come. What had started as a personal decision, quietly made by a son, had now become one of the most talked about moments in recent royal history. As the royal family moves forward, it must confront the lasting impact of William's actions. This was no small moment, and the repercussions of his decision could very well reshape the monarchy for future generations. The family will have to navigate this new terrain, balancing their history with the modern world and figure out how to maintain unity within the family, while also allowing for the evolution of the monarchy in an increasingly complex and changing world. What do you think of William's decision to exclude Camilla from the ceremony? Was it a necessary move to protect his mother's legacy, or did it exacerbate existing tensions within the royal family? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to like, share and subscribe for more deep dives into the evolving dynamics of the British royal family. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this fascinating story. Prince William's decision to exclude Camilla from the 2024 Diana Award ceremony sparked significant debate both within the royal family and among the public. His actions were deliberate, emotional, and rooted in his unwavering desire to protect his mother's memory. While some feared that this decision might reignite old family conflicts at a sensitive time for the monarchy, William remained calm and resolute. Those close to him noted his awareness of the far-reaching implications of his actions, both within the family and in the public eye. But for William, this wasn't about creating tension or animosity. It was about emotional honesty and staying true to his values. In William's view, honoring his mother's legacy was paramount, and that meant ensuring her memory remained untainted by the controversies that had long haunted the royal family. Camilla's presence at the ceremony, given her complicated history with Diana, could have easily overshadowed the true purpose of the event. By excluding her, William made a clear statement. This was a moment for honoring Diana's spirit, her compassion, and the values she stood for, not for revisiting old wounds. For him, it was a simple matter of ensuring that the award ceremony, which was meant to celebrate young changemakers, would not be tainted by unresolved family tensions. In 2024, the Diana Award ceremony became more than just a royal event. It was a defining moment for Prince William. The decision to exclude Camilla revealed much about his evolving role within the royal family and the values he holds most dear. As the future king, William is navigating a delicate balance between upholding tradition and embracing modernity. At this ceremony, his actions sent a powerful message about who he is as a leader, as a son, and as a man deeply committed to the legacy of his late mother, Princess Diana. The event itself served as a poignant reminder of Princess Diana's tireless efforts to inspire change in the world. In his speech, William did not merely offer a tribute to the young award recipients, he paid a heartfelt tribute to his mother's spirit and the ideals she embodied. His words echoed her passion for social justice, empathy, and transformative change, values that shaped his upbringing and continue to guide him today. As he honored the recipients, William made it clear that the compassion his mother instilled in him is not just a memory, but a living force that still shapes his vision for the future of the monarchy. In a ceremony filled with emotional depth, William's tribute was both personal and universal. His words transcended the confines of the royal family, resonating with people worldwide who share his mother's vision for a better world. The sincerity with which he spoke about Diana's impact was palpable. It wasn't simply a political or ceremonial speech, it was a son's homage to a mother who transformed not only his life but the lives of millions. Through his words, he demonstrated that her legacy is more than just a chapter in history, it's a guiding light for the future of the British monarchy. William's tribute was a profound demonstration of how the monarchy can evolve in a way that honors the past while embracing the future. In a world that often demands emotional restraint, William's willingness to show vulnerability in front of a global audience was a powerful reminder that leadership is not just about duty, it's about connection, compassion, and emotional authenticity. His actions at the 2024 Diana Awards signaled that the monarchy under his future leadership could be one that is more in touch with the people it serves, more open to change, and deeply grounded in the values of service and empathy that Princess Diana championed. What do you think of William's decision to exclude Camilla from the ceremony? Was it a necessary stand for his mother's legacy, or did it create more tension within the royal family? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the future of the British monarchy. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this evolving story. But, as with any public event in the royal family, the media's ever-watchful eye was quick to analyze every moment, every gesture, every word. While the tribute itself was widely praised for its emotional authenticity, one aspect of the ceremony quickly became the subject of intense scrutiny: the conspicuous absence of Camilla, the Queen Consort. Royal observers and commentators were quick to speculate about the significance of her absence. What did it mean that Camilla, the current wife of King Charles, was not present to witness the tribute to Diana, the woman who was once at the center of a deeply public and painful love triangle? For some, William's decision to exclude Camilla was seen as a powerful statement of loyalty to his late mother, a demonstration of his unwavering commitment to honoring Diana's legacy. It seemed to reaffirm the deep emotional connection between William and his mother, a connection that, even in death, remains unshaken. Yet for others, the exclusion raised questions about the health of the royal family's relationships, particularly between William and Camilla. Could this omission point to ongoing tensions within the family? Was William's decision a sign of unresolved conflicts or a calculated move to assert his independence from the complicated dynamics of royal life? The debate surrounding Camilla's absence raged in the media for weeks. Royal experts dissected every possible implication of the decision, with some suggesting that it was a bold gesture of defiance, while others questioned whether it was a step too far. Buckingham Palace, as always, kept its cards close to its chest, choosing not to comment publicly on the issue. However, behind closed doors, it was clear that William's decision had stirred the pot within the family. Camilla, to her credit, appeared to take the decision in stride. She seemed to understand that emotional wounds, particularly those tied to deeply personal histories, require time and space to heal. It's no secret that Camilla's relationship with Diana was fraught with public tension. Despite this, Camilla has gradually become a respected member of the royal family. However, the ghosts of the past continue to linger, and Diana's memory remains a complicated and often painful issue within the royal household. William, however, appeared to send a message that he was not bound by the past complexities. He was determined to honor his mother's legacy in the way he felt was right, regardless of the ongoing tensions. Meanwhile, King Charles found himself in a difficult position. As a father, he stood by his son's emotional decision, but as a husband, he was undoubtedly aware of the strain it might cause within his own marriage. Navigating these family dynamics must have been challenging for the king, as he was caught between supporting his son and managing the delicate intricacies of Camilla's position within the royal fold. The royal family, known for its stoic public image, once again found itself confronted with the reality that the personal lives of its members are inextricably linked to the public's perception of the monarchy. The absence of Camilla at such a pivotal moment revealed just how complicated the relationships within the royal family truly are. William's emotional tribute to Diana, while a deeply personal gesture, has sparked a wider conversation about the evolving role of Camilla and the monarchy's ongoing evolution. It is clear that the royal family's ability to navigate its internal conflicts will play a crucial role in defining its future. As the monarchy faces new challenges in an ever-changing world, these personal dynamics will continue to be a focal point for both the family and the public. The way the royal family manages to reconcile its history with the demands of the modern world will determine how the monarchy is perceived in the years to come. What do you think of William's decision to exclude Camilla from the tribute? Was it an act of loyalty to his mother, or did it deepen the divisions within the royal family? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful analysis on the complex dynamics within the British royal family. But perhaps the most significant takeaway from the 2024 Diana Award ceremony wasn't simply the absence of one royal figure, but rather the shift in Prince William's approach to leadership. This moment marked a defining change in the way the British royal family is perceived. In an era where traditional monarchies are often viewed with skepticism, William's actions suggested that the future of the monarchy could be both emotionally open and respectful of its long-standing traditions. This wasn't about rejecting royal duties or breaking away from history. It was about embracing a new kind of leadership, one that acknowledged the complexities of personal relationships while staying true to the monarchy's larger mission of public service. Prince William's tribute to Diana, his late mother, served as a poignant reminder of the power of emotional authenticity in leadership. In a world where public figures are often expected to hide their true feelings behind a polished image, William's willingness to be open about his emotions revealed a different side to royal leadership, one that values vulnerability and emotional depth. By emphasizing his mother's values, compassion, courage, and a desire to change the world, William demonstrated how the monarchy could evolve while still preserving its core essence. Diana's legacy continues to live on, not only in William's words, but also in his actions. His tribute showed how royal leadership could remain rooted in tradition, yet remain relevant to the modern world.
resonating with the public in a more personal and relatable way. As the monarchy moves into the 2020s and beyond, William's leadership style seems poised to reshape public expectations of what it means to be a royal. His commitment to emotional transparency, coupled with his respect for his mother's memory, sets the stage for a monarchy that is more compassionate and more in touch with the people it serves. This shift is a direct contrast to the more formal, stoic, royal leadership of the past, offering a glimpse into a future where the royal family is not afraid to show its human side. While the future of the British royal family remains uncertain, William's actions at the 2024 Diana Award ceremony sent a clear message. The monarchy can evolve, becoming more inclusive, more relatable, and ultimately more human. The new direction William is championing signals a departure from the cold, often distant institution many associate with royalty towards a more approachable and emotionally aware version that connects with today's society. As we look ahead, it will be fascinating to see how the dynamics within the royal family continue to evolve and whether William's leadership approach will truly transform the monarchy for future generations. Will the royal family continue to navigate these emotional complexities with grace, or will tensions continue to simmer beneath the surface? Only time will tell. But for now, the 2024 Diana Award ceremony stands as a testament to the future of the British monarchy, a future where leadership is just as much about emotional authenticity as it is about preserving tradition.
What's your take on William's decision? Was it a necessary stand to honor his mother's legacy, or did it create more problems than it solved? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis on the British royal family. We'll keep you updated as this story unfolds. Stay tuned for more.